My staff and I are closely tracking the responses in Portland, and we're closely tracking the demonstrations over the weekend, and we're in regular contact with law enforcement across the state. So I want to talk a little bit about that. Here's my takeaway. Oregonians are showing up this year to have their voices heard, and in some cases just have their signs read, and to take a full advantage of our democracy and the freedoms that this country was founded on. Our state participated in one of the largest peaceful demonstrations in American history and had one of the largest showings. Oregonians overwhelmingly heeded the call to engage lawfully and reject political violence, thereby raising their voices effectively. So I first of all want to thank Oregonians for their roles in participating in this weekend's demonstrations. I'd also like to thank local and state law enforcement who, in every corner of the state, kept Oregonians safe and only intervened when lines were crossed. The facts from this weekend are critically important right now here in our country. I want to share some preliminary numbers with you. In Portland alone, there were an estimated 50,000 people demonstrating during the planned events during the day on Saturday. No arrests were made at those events. Later that night, at an entirely separate event, there were 3 arrests outside of the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement building in Portland, which I want to be clear and mention is not a detention center of any kind. The event there was declared a riot at 6:30 p.m. and lasted a short period of time. It's really important to emphasize here that an estimated 50,000 people in Portland peacefully marched. And separately, there were 3 arrests made later on Saturday evening. Between Wednesday of last week and today, where there were increased activity in Portland concentrated around the ICE building, there were a total of 20 arrests, and thus far 17 individuals will face prosecution. These numbers are important because they tell a story about how we can move our state and our country forward with lawful, civil discourse and participation. Here are some other numbers for Saturday. In Eugene, 6,000 people demonstrated. Salem, 4,000. Between 1,000 and 2,000 in Bend, and in Medford, between 3,500 and 4,000 people. Statewide, that's approximately 66,000 Oregonians at the high end, and only 3 arrests on Saturday night in Portland related to a isolated event at the ICE building. We just have to remember what happened on Saturday and the small instance at the ICE facility and how that was handled.